the 30th, and as usual, I did put my sunscreen on my face. I washed my face, put my sunscreen on, no mascara, no makeup at all, because I've been out here since 7:30, and it is now almost 9, or it is 9, because we are in a drought. And yes, you can water your plants. I'm not using my mom's well water, because that would be too long of a hose. So I'm using city water, which is going to cost me a fortune. But they have to be watered every morning. I'm pretty sure I lost my mild peppers yesterday. I came out here after it being 102, and they are not coming back. So we will see. They are just taking a beating. So all the ones I have to do by hand have been done. So all of these have been watered. These right there is the watermelons getting watered. The cucumbers got watered. They get watered at night. So they are still wet from last night. So we are good. All those are watered. I'm already making plans for next year, y'all. Seriously. So because of the heat, and I think each year's just going to get hotter, my roses aren't doing good. This is a full rose bed through here and flower bed. They aren't doing well. And a lot of pine trees have started cropping in. So I'm going to replant all the rose bushes I can find over against either the fences or maybe in this round little thing over here. Because even these ones I water every day aren't doing well. None of the flowers are coming up. And I'm going to turn that hill into the watermelon and pumpkin patch area. Whew, it's starting to get hot. It was not hot when I came out here this morning. It was nice. And now it is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So see, these are still wet from last night. Around 8 o'clock I come out here and I water normally, and I did water over here, but they were dry as a bone. And I can tell you, the Temu watering meters work just as well, and they're $1 something, as the Amazon $8 ones. They might not be pink, but I don't care. They work just fine. I haven't tried the pH ones and stuff. I couldn't get those to work last year. Like the soil balance stuff. But we're just gonna get this nice and wet. I'm gonna pin a few, I think, that needs to go up higher of the cucumbers. And then I'm gonna go visit with my sister and them before today's their last day here. So they don't get to come very long. I get to see them about 6 days a year. And they live too far from me, because if I drove, it's 18 hours almost. If I flew, it's just really, really expensive. Like $1,000. It costs more than when I flew to Hawaii. Plus, someone would have to watch the cats, and Dino says he's not watching the cats, and he doesn't travel that far, so I really think he brought the cats home, Willow, to keep me here and not travel, because I was a traveler before I met him. And even after, but after he moved here, I haven't got to go anywhere. I haven't got to go any farther than 2 hours from the house to doctor's appointments. Because there's always cats to get home to that I need to take care of. But maybe one day I can talk him into bribing him to let me go to one of these keto conventions or keto things or something. To be honest, I do not like eating the way I have to eat. I do not feel my best. I felt so much better in the beginning of carnivore, when I was able to do the beef every day and eggs. Now I admit that I am probably burning every single bite of potato that I eat and bread completely off, y'all. When I mean from 7 a.m. to 9:50, I am non-stop. I do not sit down, okay? I have been scrubbing, building, watering, planting, carrying stuff, cooking meals for everyone. it's been months since I've gotten to sit. Like the other day when I sat and made the last video y'all saw, that was the first time in over a week. Like I only get to sit once a week to make my videos real fast. I don't get to sit and watch TV or even my TikToks anymore, or Heyday, play my game Heyday. I'm too busy. And by the time I get in, I'm exhausted, y'all. Last night I got in 10. And do you know, by 10:30, I was passed out in bed. I took a shower. I got in bed. I wanted to look at TikTok for a little while just to unwind. I fell asleep within my hand. Woke up at 3 a.m., put it away, because I always wake up at 3. My cortisol, I always say it wrong. Anyways, my adrenal gland puts out too much hormones around that time. I always wake up. I get very, very hot, very, very nauseous. It usually happens between 3 and 5 every single night, my whole life. Always have to go pee. And yes, I've done the whole test. Take the little steroid pill, and then you go in before 8 a.m. because you got to get tested right at 8 a.m. They draw your blood, and my levels are through the roof. Now, at one point, here's the crazy part. When I get overstressed for too long, they think I have Addison's at that point, because then I have none. 0. So I am having issues with it being either barely any there at all or extremely high. Like, there is no happy medium. They cannot get to calm down. They said, garden, do something relaxing. Now, I don't feel so bad about my garden either, because people who are veteran gardeners, and they don't do these small ones either, they do 2 to 5 acres. All their tomatoes have bottom rot. They've got no tomatoes this year. They cannot water it enough. And it's just like 10 minutes down the street. So they cannot get it watered enough. So now I don't feel so bad, because I'm new at this. And the calcium wasn't working, and now we know why. Because it is just, the soil is drying up during the day. This one I haven't got any wood chips for yet. I do want to go get some for it though. I think tonight I'm going to look and see if it's too late for me to plant anything for fall or winter before my first freeze, just to see. I think it's not for like beans and stuff. I've also been redesigning my boxes for next year. I'm going to be adding some features to them. I'm going to be doing a lot of them like this one right here in the middle there, but as high as this one or higher. Whoop. I don't want to hurt my plant. Time to set up to water the squash so I can pin up some of these cucumbers, because they are drifting around and I need them to go the way I want them to. Like I said, the deer is just loving my squash and zucchini. We're going to work on that this fall, making a fence over there. Oh. Let's see. Can I aim you this way? Just for a little bit. Okay. Let me adjust this better. Alright, I am going to be buying some tall rebar for next year for these beds, and I'm going to put one there, one over here, or maybe just one in the middle that can face both ways. Tall rebar so I can't fall and get hurt. One over here so I can just do this. Y'all, it's so much easier than switching back and forth to a ground one. Like, I don't want to walk all the way to the end over there, turn the water off. And I do have a little thing to hook to those to turn it on and off closer this way. But yeah, I wish I had the money and I would do a garden well so you don't go as deep. We hit water here very fast up on this hill. You don't go very deep and you don't drink it. You just water your garden with it. But yeah, they cost a lot. So, time to lift these. You can see that these need to be manipulated because they're going where they want to. And then I got to go get my mom's house. Okay, so I cooked a bunch of Black Label thick bacon on the griddle for everyone. Everyone had eggs, bacon, and biscuits and grits. I didn't have the eggs because the eggs were not the farm ones, so I didn't want to get sick, and I haven't had eggs in months. I'm kind of scared to eat them. I did have some bacon, but I did start to get a little heartburn, so I did have half a biscuit, and that is what I've eaten today. It's 11 o'clock now. I had one coffee this morning. Going home to put a bathing suit on. Y'all, You might say, why don't you just stick with the bacon? I can't. If I eat anything, there has to be some kind of bread or potato with it, or I end up throwing up. The heartburn starts shooting out my nose. This has happened a billion times. I have tried since March over and over again. Just eat some deli meat. Just eat some cucumber with cottage cheese. And I'm desperately ill. But if I was to put a little potato or a little tiny roll with it, I'm fine. I cannot figure out why. I'm assuming it's soaking up some of the stomach acid. Or, I don't know. The doctor just said some people need grains with their food. I can't do normal grains, like oats and stuff. I'll be throwing up. So it is what it is right now. I'm going to try again soon. But right now, this month, is a lot going on the last 2 months. I need some months where there's no appointments, nowhere to go, nothing I have to do. So when I am sick for trying stuff, I won't be messing up with tons of other stuff to do, like stuff. I can't even think, y'all. I'm going to put a bathing suit on and get in the pool. One thing, I'm crazy sick. I took a bite of something that had cinnamon in it, and I did not realize it. And I have severe reactions to cinnamon now. My throat feels like 1,000 needles. Heartburn's happening. Very, very nauseous. Second thing, rain for about 2 hours. A good little drizzle, so I don't have to water nothing tonight, even though I did water this morning. Alright, y'all, I got very, very stomach sick. Almost threw up everywhere. Cinnamon used to be my go-to. It helped me lose so much weight. It's very healthy. It helps lower blood sugar, but if you have a histamine intolerance, if you have mast cell activation syndrome, they are not lying when they say stay away from cinnamon. I did not know it was in the food I ate. I only ate a few bites, and boy, I am still having issues. Whew. Alright, it's the first. It's about 5, I think. Didn't have to water the garden because it actually rained yesterday and all night. We got almost an inch of rain. I will have to water tomorrow because the inch is just not good enough. And it was less than an inch. But I got to skip this morning, which meant I watched multiple YouTube videos. I was 3 or 4 behind on Wendy. Caught all up on Loving on Keto's channel. I caught all up on Dr. Eric Westman's, Dr. Barry's, Two Crazy Ketos. I was just letting it play itself while I was editing my video from the last few days. I think it's like the 26, 27, 28, maybe 29, something like that, that I put together. Yesterday's, well, you would have just seen it before this, because it's going to be with today's. So come out here to do some picking. I've gone all over. I had tons of errands. I was gone for 5 hours doing errands. Definitely researching still what kind of griddle to get. Definitely don't want to see the propane tank, so that's why it's going to cost me a little more. Hung up, see if you can see them. These solar lights, they look like hot air balloons. I got them at Ross. I'm dying to see what they look like at night. This is the garden right now. It looks amazing because I extra watered it yesterday, plus it rained. So it is looking really happy right now. Really happy, and we have a lot of really red tomatoes that we need to pull. So, and probably some cucumbers. So I got my basket. It's too hot. It started off a really pretty, not too hot day, and it has become very hot. So Dino has gone back inside, and I am just going to do this myself. I wanted him to film me, but like I said, it has gotten really hot. It was in the 70s earlier. I should have been out here at that time, but I was out doing errands. Oh, you went through the fence, but we got you before. You didn't go all the way through. So I'm just gonna be out here. I'll show you what I get afterwards. This is one thing I hate. This is why I got my little cutters, because I really suck at pulling cucumbers. That might give that another day. We have some cucumber leaves we can also cut away. It's kind of hard for me to, we cut this one away right here. Hey, I lost a lot of, why do we lose so many blooms just then? Something's eating them, I guess. All right, I'm going to pick and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, I'm not watering them because with the rain yesterday, they've split open. They got too much water with the rain yesterday. Alright, I ended up filling up this whole big bucket with tomatoes, basically. A lot of them were split and leaking because, y'all, all the last 6 weeks, it says it's going to storm horribly, and then it doesn't, and then I don't rain, and then they get bottom rot because they didn't get no water. So, it said that yesterday, but look, like when it said it was going to storm yesterday, gorgeous. So we ignored it, and I went ahead and watered. A good, nice, deep water, right? But then it rained, and now they're splitting. But the dirt does say it's dry. So, I'll skip watering tonight to let it dry out more, to let them recover, and then tomorrow I will definitely do my cucumbers and stuff. Definitely want to make sure I keep up with them. I think I got a little sunburn going on from today. I'm headed inside. I'm hot. But this area does so. I'm really liking my little circle. I think I'm going to do herbs here or something. I'm not sure yet. I am going to go look at griddles online because my dad is throwing $300 in the pot so I can get a better one. So, because, you know, I'm going to be cooking for him on it. Anyways, so, because I use the baby one, it's 22 inches, and that's the one I have. But, yeah, it was really hard to cook for that many people when I needed to put, like, couldn't put all the hammers on there all at once. And I was doing buns as well, and I had to keep taking turns. And then when I did put so many, it was just too much grease in one spot, and they were just way too close together. So it would just be better for me to have a bigger one. I used to have a bigger one, but it was one of the original ones. It's in the yard somewhere. We're making a table out of it. But it was one of the original ones, and it just did not have all the features and did not work very well. And I want to do a whole entire series. I want to do a cooking series. Y'all gonna be proud of me, proud of my stomach. Okay, I've learned that I can have, at least so far, the New York strip pre-made burgers in a pack at Food Lion that I used to could eat all the time. All right, it's like a pound and it's like 21 ounces is in there, something like that, a little more than 21 ounces, and it's like $10.99, so it's super cheap. You get 4 patties, but I ate it last night with no problem with the cheese on it. Okay, I also am doing good with ribeye, and there's a sauce that is not clean at all. I don't know how I can deal with it. So, you know, I don't like the taste of beef right now, no matter what I do. It tastes funky. Now on the grill, it tasted way better, and I used Redmond's real salt, but it's still, I'm having an issue. So this is dirty, but I'm only using half a tablespoon, so it's 3 total carbs for half a tablespoon. This bad boy, it's dirty because there's like fructose and all that nasty garbage in here, high corn fructose, but I think even if I did a tablespoon a day, even if I did 2 tablespoons a day and had 12 total carbs, and I am able to not eat crackers, not eat any kind of wheat product, not eat any kind of potato, like not eat any carb other than this sauce to get the beef down until my taste comes back and it doesn't taste like roadkill, that might be a win. Okay, I also had bacon, black label bacon. I used to never have problems with my stomach with black label, but I gained weight eating it, not because I eat too much, but because it doesn't use a good salt. That's why I always use low sodium bacon. It just doesn't swell me. But I'm trying to find ways to get my butt back to carnivore, or at least ketovore. We'll call it ketovore because I'm eating this. Now, there are some people who believe carnivore is blackberries, mango, things like that, avocado. To me, that is ketovore. So I'm just gonna call it ketovore so no one has a fit. That will allow me, and we'll do dirty ketovore so no one has a fit, because it's dirty ingredients according to some of y'all. Well, a lot of people. So that's what I'm trying to get to right now. Just be able to eat dirty carnivore, dirty keto, whatever the heck you want to call it, and not throw up. And so I can get some of the swelling off and get some weight going off, because I'm going to be hitting it hardcore in September. The reason why I'm waiting until September to be hardcore is because I am using all my energy in the garden. I will not be doing a fall garden other than what's already been planted. So I will not need hours out there, and I can actually hit the gym, and I can actually record my weigh-ins every day and use food scales and actually focus all winter and fall and beginning of spring purely on my diet. And then early spring we start working on greenhouse seeding and stuff like that, which I would still be working on my diet. It's just I would have it in tune way before then. I would hopefully be able to eat fat way before then, because that was the problem. I was doing so much and I couldn't eat the fat without getting sick, and I had no energy, and it was making me ill. But we will see. Alright, it is 6:30. I have leftover ribeye from the other day from the grill that I'm going to eat. Yes, it's leftovers. A ½ ounce of Kobe Jack grated cheese. I grated it myself, and less than a tablespoon, so a teeny bit more than a half, of the sauce I was talking about. This is going to be my last meal of the day with a lot of water, and we will see how my stomach reacts. I've had this multiple times this week, and I haven't had any issues so far. The only time I've had issues is when I had cinnamon. Also, my mom and my sister told Dino that it's not like grill rust from a nail or something. And I showed him pictures how clean it was before I even seasoned it. And he ate my burgers yesterday and absolutely loved them. He had 2 of them. And then today he ate leftover hot dogs that was cooked on the griddle before, like day before yesterday. So now he says if I buy a griddle and I keep it that clean, he will eat on it too. Like, I will be allowed to cook for him, because he's always thought it's really nasty. But I've also bought the degreaser cleaner from Blackstone, and it works amazing to keep it clean in between uses. So I guess he couldn't just believe me that it wasn't that type of rust. But once he heard it from them, and I proved it in a picture that how spotless I had it and how there was no rust at all, it was pure silver, he was okay with it. Which I understand. Everyone's got their thing, right? I got my thing. I hate it when he washes his hands in the kitchen from coming outside or doing anything else. I believe the kitchen one is you've already washed your hands and you might have touched a doorknob and you're going to be using the kitchen, so now you're washing your hands again. I get that on the right side of my sink, only the right side of my sink, we put nasty, disgusting raw chicken juice down, and then I scrub it with vinegar and Dawn and everything. But I get it. I've learned after 3 years to just let it go. But nothing dirty goes on my left side. The left side's where I hand wash dishes. So I pre-rinse them off, get all the food off, and put them over in the solution with Dawn and vinegar on the other side. And we do not wash our hands on that side, because then I would lose it, because that's just a me thing. Yes, I know I have dirty cats walking on counters and shrieking like he just tried to get up and to get my food. I know I have cats walking on counters and I'm constantly washing them, and it shouldn't bother me about washing hands in kitchen sink, but for some reason, probably because my mom and my grandmother would yell at me my whole life if I wash my hands in the kitchen sink. It's been ingrained, brainwashed into my brain. So everyone's got their thing, right? Because I was brainwashed into my brain. But I've learning to get over that after 3+ years. So now he's gonna eat on the griddle, which makes me happy. Now I really want to buy a griddle, because that means I finally can start cooking for him. because I like cooking. And even if it's food I can't eat, I still like cooking. I don't know what my cats are doing.